Hi, I'm Emily and this is Made on Mill. In this video, I am going to share some of my DIY Christmas gift ideas with you with hopes that you can either follow my tutorials to create them yourself or provide some inspiration to make your own handmade gifts this year. All blog posts or video tutorials associated with each item that I am going to show you will be linked below if available. Before we get started, I want to show you my earrings. My friend from university, Karina, created these and she has an Instagram shop. It's Woolly Bear Shop and I'll link that below for you to check out if you're interested. Shopping at the thrift store for your DIY supplies is a really good way to not only save money, but it's also the most sustainable option. And yes, sometimes it can take a little while to start building up a collection of things that you like. It may not always be convenient to find items that you need immediately for a project, but just keeping that in mind when you're out thrifting, that you can also keep an eye out for a running list of DIY supplies that you need. All of the items I will show you today were made primarily through thrifted materials or some of the gardening related stuff I grew at my own home. So the first item I will show you are these DIY stuffed mushrooms, and they are created with thrifted fabric and thrifted lace as well. And then I went ahead and stuffed them with yarn and fabric scraps. So this is a great way to use up those scraps that are maybe too small to use in another project. They can be used as ornaments on a tree. You can string them together and create a garland, or I think they look really sweet as nursery decor. Another really easy DIY gift idea is making some pillowcases. This is such an easy sewing project, and since you get to make your own, you can pick out the fabric and completely customize it to who you're giving the gift to. So say you were doing a gift with a certain theme, you could get the fabric to match that, or if you know the person's general aesthetic, it's a great way to honor that and make some pillowcases. So I have a full tutorial on how to make that. It's quite simple. I'm gonna show you some of the fabric I have. So this is for my sister-in-law. I shared this in last week's video about thrifting, so I did thrift this fabric. Just want to show you some other options for fabric. So I found this print at the thrift store as well, and there should be enough here to make a pillowcase with it, and it's these really beautiful floral prints. So this is probably going to be something I make for myself for the spring so I can put some pillows on our front porch. I just want to give you an idea that you can look at the bedding section or other textiles at the thrift store and then create some really beautiful, custom and thoughtful pillowcases. Now, speaking about thrifted fabric, I was able to thrift fabric a few years ago and create napkins. So they're Christmas themed napkins here, and I think these are a great way to incorporate a little bit of Christmas colors into your table setting. These also make a really good gift idea. I think they're really nice to throw in a basket just to add a little personal touch to it. I have a video as well and on how to create napkins. I also am doing a Christmas market this year, so I've prepared some items I am going to be selling there, and the napkins are one of them. So I have them packaged up really nicely with, you know, the tag here describing what it is, and then with some thrifted lace as well tied around, so you can really dress them up when you're getting them ready to put in your gift. Back in the summer or the fall, I was at the thrift store and I was looking through the textiles and I came across a quilted placemat, and I think these were really popular in the 80s and 90s, and I see them in the thrift store all the time. And I just had this idea like, I can make something out of this. So when I came home, I thought about it a little bit, and then I figured out I can make DIY quilted toiletry pegs with these. So while they may not be appealing as a placemat, I think they are a little bit more appealing made into a toiletry peg, especially with the ruffles. So this is one example of them. I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel on how to make these, and in that tutorial I cut them straight across here and then sewed the zipper down. But what I have been doing recently is only cutting the fabric in the center and not cutting out all the way to the edge, leaving about, I'd say, half an inch like on the plaid section here, and then I go ahead and sew the zipper in. But then that means this piece here is still intact and I didn't cut through it, so it still functions as a toiletry peg, but that way it's just a little cleaner of a finish. So you can definitely use that tutorial I have posted, but just keeping in mind that there's a different way to cut it. You don't need to go all the way to the edge there. So that's some examples of those and some other prints that I was able to find. And I just think these ruffles are so sweet. This is a really quick project. You can get one of these done, I'd say, in about 15 minutes too. Keeping on with the sewing theme, you look at your thrift store for some great patterns. So I have this one here, and I was able to get a vest and a jacket in toddler size, and then this is for a girl size jacket. And I had found a damaged quilt at the thrift store this year and was able to make coats out of those, and I think they turned out so sweet. I'm so happy with how they turned out. So the toddler one will fit my daughter, and then the child size one I am planning to sell at my market. Staying on the theme of making garments, I found this beautiful flannel print at the thrift store. It's actually a flat sheet, and I had planned to use it to be the backing of the t-shirt quilt that I made my husband this year. I also have a video for that if you're interested in making a t-shirt quilt for someone this year. I think it's a great way to either like honor a memory of a loved one who has passed, or in his case, I made it out of his favorite band t-shirts that were damaged or no longer fit him, and now he can enjoy it in a different way. So that's another idea. But here I have this flat sheet that I picked up with the intention of using it as the backing for the quilt, and decided against it. But I'm going to make my sister and brother-in-law matching pajama pants out of this. I think this is the perfect neutral color to do that, and you know, since it's a sheet, it's gonna be cozy anyways. So I think that's a great gift, and definitely fitting for Christmas, where people often gift matching Christmas sets. This is a more sustainable way to do it by using some thrifted material. And since it's not totally Christmas themed print, they can use them all year round. Then I wanted to talk about, say you see like a fabric print that you really like, or you think someone in your life will really like it, you could definitely make them like a blouse or a skirt or anything. There's so many great patterns online, so I wouldn't be afraid of making someone a handmade garment. I found this print recently, and I will be keeping it to use for myself. I love the little bugs and the flowers. It's definitely fitting to me, but I'm gonna use this as make this into a skirt. I think it is a curtain panel, but I think the material will work fine into quite like a more like heavy drapey skirt. Next, let's talk about how we are going to wrap the gifts. So I have made these little gift bags, reusable gift bags that you can use to put your gifts in, and then the bags can be used year after year, and so we kind of avoid the need to use those reusable or the disposable gift wrap paper, and this is a bit more of a sustainable option. And I was able to thrift both the fabric and the bias binding that I turned into ribbon. Next, I want to talk about gifts from the garden. So I was able to collect quite a bit of seeds this year from my garden. This one still has quite a bit of plant matter, so I'm going to need to sort through that, but the black bits are seeds. And what you can do with these is get these little brown envelopes or any envelopes that you have, and I like to draw on the flower and then the name of the flower, and draw the flower, indicate that it's seeds, and then some growing instructions on the back. But if you're taking these from your own garden, It's a great way to create a really thoughtful free gift. So I do get quite a bit of compliments on my garden, so this is a great way for me to share that with other people who've expressed interest in those plants that I've grown. And also, where we live in Canada, we have a ton of snow right now, so I think this is a great gift. It gives people a little bit hope and excitement for the spring and nicer weather to come. The other gardening gift I have here is some dried herbs. So I still need to package these up, but I harvested these before our last frost. This is sage, and I've let it dry so it's ready to be crumbled up and put into an airtight container for storage. So I have them right now. This was another harvest. I have them packaged up in just this clear mason jar, and then I have some rosemary here. So you can certainly gift them in jars like this. You can find that at the thrift store. This is also a great way to find decorative containers and then put some dried herbs in it and maybe pair it with like some pasta or pasta sauce, or create a little like cooking themed gift, knowing that some of it you grew in your own backyard. At the end of last winter, I created DIY quilted mini tote bags. I think these are so adorable and could be gifted to so many people. So that's another idea if you're looking to use up your scraps. It's just a great gift idea. You can even put the gift inside of that. Then I wanted to quickly talk about handmade decor. So that's anything from ornaments to how you're decorating your home. We were able to decorate our front porch using tree trimmings from our local tree farm. And then I added in some dried florals that I saved from the garden this year. And it was a nice way to, you know, kind of enjoy the beauty of the garden again, even though we have some snow on the ground right now. So that's another great way to incorporate a handmade element in your decor. And then if you're looking in terms of gifts, you could use some tree trimmings to top off your gifts, or even consider making your own wreath. I think they're a really thoughtful gift because they're really beautiful, and you can make it as extravagant or minimal as you like, but it just shows that you like took time to make something for someone, and I think that is special. So that's certainly another option, or perhaps you're like going to someone's house, that's a way to give them a host gift for. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I gave you some ideas if you're looking for some last minute DIY gifts ideas this holiday season. If you like this video, I would love it if you could give the video a thumbs up, consider sharing it, or even consider subscribing. Have a wonderful day.